If you have ever been a fan of the classic Super Mario games or even the modern 2D adventures, this VR game will be extraordinary for you to go and play.
And go.
With the Quest 3's brand new feature of mixed reality, it is now possible to play your favorite classic retro games that you probably played as a kid in the early 90s and onwards from there, like your classic Super Mario Bros. I'm going to show you 3 games that you can play exampled like this with the software of 3D Zen VR, which it turns your classic game ROMs into a 3D game which you can play. You can use virtual desktop to go and use a mixed reality option, and as you can see on the PC, you can see the game being played, and you can go and play this exactly like so. You can go and use a gamepad to play this, or you can go and use a keyboard. It's not really good with some games to use your virtual Oculus controllers, but as shown with some of these absolute beautiful classics, you can use your controller for some games like Batman and Tetris. So, a really cool example, which unfortunately you do have to use either a game controller or a keyboard with, is Super Mario Bros. This is a little one that I had an experiment with, which is just an example to show that some games like this do and don't work in mixed reality because all the colors do get fused together, so it does look a little bit bad like this. But if you do it a little bit right and a little bit better, it can look like this. A great example of a game that you can play is Pac-Man. Now with this, ideally, obviously you can only play this in one player, but have a nice space that you can go and do this in. This right here, you can go and play the Pac-Man game fully, and you can use your Oculus controllers for this. Simply just playing Pac-Man. This was very, very fun to play in mixed reality. It's definitely one that has a lot of replayability. And obviously, if you had some enjoyment of playing this back in the day, you will want to go and try this in VR, because it really does make it a little bit more fun and an interesting twist. Now, to show the actual software off, this is what it looks like before you load into the game. It shows a variety of different ROMs of what you can go and play and what you're able to access, and the program ends up converting it into a 3D VR game. But it is really optional which games you want to go and play. You can choose which games to download and add in yourself and add custom screenshots and everything like that. So like with the Mario game right here, very bad example, but as you can see, I think classic games like this make a really good example of what the capabilities of the mixed reality VR pass-through features can be like in the mixed reality update of the Quest 3. And it really makes a good opportunity to play more games like this if you want to have a little bit of variety in your VR arcade games. And as well, for retro arcade games, this makes it a perfect opportunity to be able to go and play this anytime that you want. And here are some of the controller options right here that are very customizable to your liking and needs. So you can go and change which keyboard settings are what. And as well, if you do use the Oculus Touch controllers, there are the controls right there. Pretty simple, and it doesn't really take long to do. And if you do struggle to know how to add ROM games, it does also show on the bottom of how to go and add them, click screenshots and customize, etc. But if you do want to get this for yourself and give it a little bit of an experiment, you might have better luck at playing some games like this in mixed reality than I have. You can go and get the software 3D Zen VR on the Steam page now for only £16. Very, 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 very cheap for something so cool and has so many options. But as always, folks, thank you so much for watching. My name's Chen. Bye-bye now.